World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, happy Thursday ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome mo sa ating program. Ako po si Sonny LARAGAN. No? Magandang gabi ho sa ating mga kababayan sa apat na sulok ho ng United Kingdom. Dito ho tayo nagbo-broadcast. Our studios are in the UK, no? Dito ho sa London. So, magandang gabi ho sa apat na sulok ng United Kingdom. At syempre, marami tayong mga kababayan na hindi lamang sa United Kingdom, kundi sa apat na sulok din ho ng Europa nanonood ho sa atin. Kaya welcome din ho, kabayan, tuloy ho kayo. At hindi lamang, siyempre, sa Europa, hindi lang kayo mga taga-Europa, siyempre, maging sa Pilipinas, sa Canada, sa US, sa Middle East, sa anumang bahagi ng mundo kung saan ay may nanonood ho sa atin. Welcome ho kayo, kabayan. Welcome ho. Lalong-lalo na nga, napakaganda ng balita kasi update ho to. No? Baka magkaroon kayo ng pagkakataong makapagtrabaho rito at eventually madala ninyo yung pamilya ninyo at eventually, hopefully, magkaroon kayo ng magandang kinabukasan. Dahil, syempre, maski paano, pagka kayo ho nasa, lalo na rito sa United Kingdom, hindi lang ho yung carers, ha? Napakadami hong kailangan trabaho rito ho sa United Kingdom. Maraming bakante, 1 milyon yata. Sabi, hindi ko sa aking hindi ko lang masyadong sigurado pero parang narinig ko ganun. So in other words, napakarami ho ng trabaho ang kailangan dito sa United Kingdom. Pero depende ho, hindi basta-basta ho porque maski anong trabaho, pero trabaho ho rito yung mga taga rito, no? Okay. Well, since it's a happy Thursday, hindi naman magiging happy kung di dahil sa kasama natin dahil ano ho ang alam ko rito? Immigration. Siguro spelling to spell immigration, pwede yan, spelling ko. Pero to talk about immigration, the nuances, yung mga issues, mga complex topics, issues regarding immigration, wala ho akong alam dyan. Pero ang kasama ko ang star of the show natin. No? Siya ho ay isang immigration expert at siya ho ang managing partner ho ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. Walang iba, syempre, ang pinakamamahal natin, Beauty and Brains, no? Alamin niyo kung ano suot niya ngayon, no? Kasi it becomes sometimes a talking point natin sa show natin. Mga kaibigan, ang pinakamamahal nating abogada, immigration expert, walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA SIMON-CABATBAT. Happy Thursday, Attorney.
Sonny, happy Thursday! Happy Huwebes, no? Ang lamig ngayon, ano?
Oh, yes.
It's a cold Thursday. Oh, tingnan mo. We're kind of matching. Black and red
really?
tayo,
Yeah.
ha? Tingnan mo, ha?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, sinadya ko na rin kasi.
Yeah, we're matching.
I was hoping that you would be, wearing the same. Ano yan? Black ba yan? O dark navy blue or something?
Yeah, no. Black, completely black suit nga ako ngayon.
Black, oh.
So, sometimes, it's an easy color, no? Di ba? So,
Yes.
pagka
Classic.
nasa opisina ka, it's just, you don't need to worry about, okay, what's matching, no? And anyway, I also can't be bothered. So, black suit is usually uniform namin. Which is, so it's,
Classic yan
it's,
black, di ba? Mga grays and navy blues yata. Ganun ba? Navy blue. Ano ba? Pagka blue, navy blue ba? Ano bang what kind of a blue do you wear?
navy blue, dark blue.
Oh,
Usually,
yung
blue.
nakaraan, cerise pink? Ano ba yung pangalan na? Cerise? C-E-R-I-S-E?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cerise,
di ba?
Cerise pink.
Cerise pink,
Sometimes
oh.
I rebel, I try to, the red, sometimes it's, cerise pink. Okay, sometimes I've been known to wear bubblegum pink every so often.
Oo. Pero kami bang mga guys, attorney, are we allowed to wear pink? Like say a pink polo shirt, a pink, a pink cardigan, a pink jumper, okay lang ba yan? Or does it not fit a guy?
Oh, no, 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 no. Of course it fits, no? At saka, pink, so yung suot mo nga ngayon, no? Gray blazer. That would also look, I mean, it looks great with the red, but also pink would be good. And I tell you what, confident men don't bother about, don't worry about pink, no?
Oh,
Diba?
okay.
So it's, no, nothing wrong at all with pink.
So,
Ha?
abangan mga kaibigan, sasabayan ko one time.
Tama.
Oo, magpipink ako rito. So, tingnan natin kung masisyak ba si attorney o siya, siya ba yung matutuwa, no?
Hindi naman.
Oo. So, yeah, well, how was your... Okay, it's malamig ngayon. I really know it because sometimes if I have to get up at 6 and do something at 7 and I have to drive, it takes me a while to yung parang icy or frost dun sa aking windshield, no? It takes a while. So,
Yeah.
malamig. So, yan. Sa ngayon, malamig naman sa'yo? Talagang malamig sa'yo?
Yeah, malamig nga ngayon. And so, I don't know about you, but pagka malamig, I look for comfort food, no?
Oh.
So
Really?
yeah, no, because it's it's kind of nice to have
yeah.
a cake, no? And
Oh.
today I was so merong kaibigan, binigyan niya ako nung Lunes pa ata, no? Lunes pa.
Okay. Cake?
Ube cake.
Ooh,
Ube cake,
wow.
not just cake, but ube cake,
Yes,
no?
I know.
I tell you, meron pang and people in the office have been, taking a bit nga, pero ang laki nga, tapos may kalahati pa nga natira ngayon. And so today, I finished the whole thing.
Nakakaingit ka naman. Wow. Hindi, kasi masarap talaga. Ube talaga is like a premium cake in a way, di ba?
Yeah.
It's a very tasteful cake, no? I love it.
Best
I love
cake.
Oo. May isang cake din sa Chinatown, yung puro mga fruits sa ibabaw. Pero bibihira ako makain yun. I don't know if you tried that, no? Pero masarap din yun pagka nakain mo. Yung mga puro fruits
Yeah,
yung sa Chinese store. I don't know if have you been to New Malden? Malapit lang sa yan, more or less, di ba? New Malden?
Yeah, more than,
There's a
yeah,
there's a Korean
yeah,
store
yeah.
there. Korean
talaga?
grocery. Yeah, along.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with B&Q along the A3, no? If you're familiar, no?
Ooh.
Meron doon malapit doon yung Korean foods yata, parang Korea foods. Pero wow, so naubos mo, ikaw lang mag-isa?
Ako lang mag-isa. It was still massive nga, no? So today, so I'm quite happy nga today. I have a bit of a stomachache now because inubos ko. It was massive. It probably
Okay.
weighed as much as, it weighed quite a bit, no? But anyway, I've eaten it all with tea. So, I love my
Tea,
ube cake.
kasi it aids in digestion. Pero you've got a lot of sugar in that. So, okay naman. Dahil siyempre, lalong no? Pero ikaw, you don't have any problems with losing weight or you haven't got any problems actually forever, eternally with weight?
Well, it's ngayon tumatanda na nga ako. You also I have to be careful nga not to be gorging on my usual Doritos, ha. So just a little bit of care, but every so often, if you gifted something like ube, ube cake, you just have
Yes.
to let it go and actually have it,
Yes.
So you're not depriving yourself also, and as long as you're not eating it every day for breakfast, I can't really see now, So
Well,
it's
yeah.
anyway.
Once in a while.
I don't get given ube cake often, no. So I'm sarap nga with tea. So
With tea. Tea lang, hindi green tea. I was thinking of green tea kasi it aids in digestion. So, tea rin naman, in general. Pero green tea is good for, it aids in digestion. And sometimes if I drink tea, especially later in the afternoon or evening, parang yun ang nag-i-stop na culmination ng you don't have to eat anymore. Parang closing, kumbaga closing ceremony, closing kunyari, I eat my late brunch, I eat something in between 3 and 4. But if I drink kanina, I drank my green tea 6 o'clock. Parang yun ang signals, that's the end of the day. Nothing to eat na anymore. The next eating session will be tomorrow. Ayun. So, yun ang aking
But that's good. No, that's good. Don't eat too late, ha? Yun ang payo nila, not to eat too late.
Well, I'm trying to do, I don't know if you've heard of intermittent fasting. There's a 12-12. There's a 8 8:16 ba yan? Tama. Oh, 8:16 yata. 12:12 is you within a 12 hours span, space, you eat all you want. Ganun. And then the next 12 hours will be the fasting. Parang, let's say, kung 6 o'clock, kumain ka, ang dapat matapos yan 6 o'clock. And then you progress. So it shortens. So for example, from a 12 hour, you can go 10 hours now. Okay, 8 hours. So today, I'm trying to do, 8 hours. So let's say if I ate at 8, I have to finish eating by 6. So all of the breakfast, the lunch, the whatever it is, all have to be eaten within the 10 o'clock till 6 p.m. Yun ang aking ano.
Oh, okay. It's probably good for you, no? I mean, it's and you nga, look, it's we have to be, we have to just be careful nga that you maintain a good weight, no? Either side is not good. So, pero yung problema sa atin, I love my food, no? Ewan ko sa'yo, ube, bibingka, puto, all those things, no? Tuyo. Oh, no, it's ube is just it just comes under tuyo.
Lalo ako nagutom na para naisip ko, siguro bukas I have to have either tuyo or we bought something in Spain kasi hirap maghanap nga ng tuyo. I don't know, where do you get your tuyo?
Escort.
Escort. Okay. Magkano ba tuyo?
Ewan ko. I mean, I buy them in bulk because whenever I go, I go. And and people are very kind to me, no? So actually, 2 months ago, may nagbigay sa akin ng a big package of tuyo. So tuyo and it's mga kababayan, try it with scrambled eggs. Lovely.
Okay, wow. And then put in a bit of kamatis, no? And then siguro a scrambled egg now. We're now talking of garlic rice. Oh, diba? Oh, healthy.
Yeah.
Because garlic with ano, diba? So, yeah, well, it's nice to see you, attorney. Right? It's like a weekly thing that we miss each other. Oh, ayan, once we say our goodbyes for the show, for the night, and then you will looking for we'll look forward to the next session.
Absolutely.
No? So, yeah, well, ano na, pang ilang week na ba ngayon ng New Year? Is this a third week, third Thursday, or second Thursday? Third Thursday ba?
Third Thursday na tayo, no? Diba? 20. Yeah, 20 tayo.
Oh,
so
kahapon
third
was my,
Thursday.
Oo, kahapon was my anniversary with my sweetheart, with my partner. So we've been together for quite a gunning for a decade, no? So happy anniversary to kay Mary Sol, no? Kay Sol. And
happy anniversary, Sol.
She's the
you are saint.
She's the best thing that's ever happened to me, no? Somehow, no? Because a lot of good changes, good things have happened to me when I met her, no? So yeah, mabuhay ka, no? It's nice sharing good and bad times with you, no? Especially yung mga good times, no? Okie dokie. Well, ano tawag dito? Kailan ang wedding anniversary mo, attorney?
August kami.
August.
And I will have been matagal na kami. I've been married now. Gosh. Too long, he would say, but I think 20 plus years na kami.
20 plus years. Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it's having somebody to be with, diba? Ganyan, falling in love and then eventually, being with the person, working out the relationship. It's fun. It's nice. It's fun. It's an adventure, no? Being with someone. So yeah, imagine mo yan, 20 plus years na, no? So wow.
Yeah.
May kanta si Paul. I don't know if you know Paul Simon. He's a part of the Simon and Garfunkel who popularized songs like "The Sound of Silence." "Hello Darkness, my old friend." But anyway, he both of them went solo. Si Art Garfunkel went solo. Oh, he has a song na paborito ko, yung Disney Disney girl I forgot, pero I love that song, no, by Art Garfunkel. Pero si Paul Simon, he has a song called "Still Crazy After All These Years." So it's talking about a relationship and still crazy after all these years. So, ayan. Oo. Okay,
Tama.
wait, teka muna. Attorney, okay, let's go with the pagbati. We have a little game, as always.
Oh, yeah.
Diba? Dapat nga pala, gawa natin ng ano yan, direct, no? Parang merong bumper, no? Going into our katuwaan lang naman. Sino unang bumati? Papasok yan. Okay, attorney, a little game that we play. You know, I hope you were honest without looking at, or because it's a little game that we play. Sino? Man, woman, male, female?
I'm going traditional today, huh? So I think Miss Paner.
Miss Paner.
Miss Paner let me down.
female.
Yeah, she let me down last week. So
Yeah, ito,
Miss
yan.
Paner.
Drum roll, direct. Yan.
Oh, I was so close to saying Oliver, pero siyang, I chose last week si Oliver.
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
look, meron siyang update with the
Oh.
C25K, no?
Wow, asa na kaya
so,
siya? 28 minutes na siya.
yeah.
Wow. Ano,
Yeah, so
crushed.
good
Ooh.
evening to each. Can I read?
Go,
So,
yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, good evening to each and everyone in our virtual social bubble. I get so excited about Oliver's
Yes.
messages.
Oh, yeah,
It's another Dagdag Kalaman Thursday with Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, and Direct Pao. C25K update. Crushed. The 28 minutes
Yes.
runs twice, huh?
Wow. There are 3
Wow.
actually in the 8th week. Oh, wow. Go ahead. Yeah, say attorney. Yeah.
Talaga?
Wow.
Yeah,
28.
we'll be due the
mahirap yan.
30-minute run after my night shift. Oh, this Saturday. My gosh, after night shift. Cheers
this is now
for
for
all
on
of
his
your
30th.
warm wishes.
Oh,
Wow,
30
this
minutes
Saturday,
siya.
after night shift. Yeah. Cheers for
Oh,
all your
okay.
warm wishes. What's next? 10K. Definitely.
Yeah, 5K.
The London
Hindi,
Marathon.
kasi
The London
5K
Marathon.
kasi. Oh, tama. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
tama
Galing.
ka. London
Oh.
Marathon, a distant possibility for now, but certainly a goal worth aiming for. Tama ka,
Yes,
Oliver.
dream big. Dream
He's
big.
doing so well, huh?
Yeah,
No.
30 minutes is actually
My gosh,
more or less the equivalent of 5K, 5 kilometers. So tama nga yung sinabi niya, is it the 10K or the next marathon? Who knows? Diba? It's an achievement, no? It makes you, alam mo, sa akin now I've realized, attorney, what makes life exciting is learning new things. When you learn how to
Tama.
do something, you're learning how to play the piano. Me, for example, if I decided to learn German, for example, that would be exciting because di ba, yung thrill ng when you know something already, okay na, medyo parang ano na. Pero yung maganda kasi when you're trying to learn something, di ba? Yun ang sa akin thrill. So,
Yeah.
for me, if I learn something, I'll try to learn another one. And so the excitement of life, di ba, lalo na kung tumatanda ka na, di ba, parang, baka iba dyan, parang nabobore sa buhay nila, walang di alam kung ano gagawin. But my thinking now is that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aspire to learn something new each time. So say I've learned this thing now already, I'll try to aspire for another. We only have one life to live, and who knows, di ba? By learning a new something, that something might happen with it, no? So yun lang sa akin.
Absolutely.
Oh, how
Yeah,
you?
no.
Kumusta ka na?
Tama
Kumusta
ka.
na yung piano mo? Imagine.
Not yet. End of the month.
End of the month, the first lesson mo.
Yeah, first lesson ko. So I'll report. Yeah. So yun.
Magre-report ka rin kamukha ni
Yun na nga.
Oliver. Oh, si Oliver sa run niya sa city.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but Oliver's doing so much better than I. No, I wish I were as active nga. So well done, Oliver.
Well
no?
done,
Talaga,
Oliver. Galing.
Congratulations. Talaga.
Pero ang tanong ko, bakit normally kada week 8, that's week 8 eh. Week 7 is 25 minutes. 2 runs ka lang, dapat 3 runs yata kada week eh. Sabi niya twice no? So, pero di ba at least siya nakakaalam sa katawan niya. He wants to probably go for the 30 minutes. Okay, sige.
Yeah.
So yun ang ating first. Sino ang pangalawa natin?
Okay, no, I think one of my favorites, of course, Mr. Duay. No, okay, so
Okay.
it's
So you
I think
gave
si
up.
Edgar. I think.
So you gave up on Marian. O,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, siya ang bet mo sana sa una ngayon. Tapos okay, si Edgar Duhay. So direct tingnan natin kung tama si attorney.
Hey!
Oh, you should have
Oh,
stuck.
no, Miss
You should have
Paner.
stuck with
I'm so
Miss
sorry.
Paner, di ba? Oo. Oh.
Sorry,
Pero okay lang kasi
sorry.
ano yan eh, because you were betting on her for the first so parang let's change horses muna ngayon. Sabi mo nga naman for the next Okay, Marian, mabuhay ka. Naunahan ka lang ni Oliver. So, yes, ano lang naman to, good sport naman everybody. Katuwaan lang to. It's a little game that we play. So, Marian,
Yes.
pero just the same, no? Mas ikaw ang inisip ni attorney doon sa mananalo for tonight, yung unang-una. Yan. So, Marian, mabuhay, Saan ba naka-base si Marian? Saan lugar ba? Do you remember?
Nakalimutan ko na. Yeah, no, nakalimutan ko na. At saka, Miss Paner, two things, no? Where are you watching from? At saka, next week, you must be number 1.
Oo. Mabilis eh. I know, siguro pagpasok pa lang ng first note ng show natin, pag ano pa lang andyan na kaagad sila, no? Which is good. At nakakatuwa. No, mabuhay, mabuhay. Marian, well, congratulations and thank you, no, for being one of those very first, no, na ano natin. So, okay, taga Gloucester's here. Taga Gloucester. Wow, Gloucester. Mabuhay ka, Gloucester, taga Gloucester si pero basa Gloucester, 'di ba? Hindi naman Gloucester, no? Gloucester. Okay, katuan pa. Let's extend it a bit. Who do you think is the third person?
Oh, okay. I'm sticking with Edgar.
Sticky. Parang you've learned your lesson with Marian. So, okay.
Yun na nga.
Okay. Sige, let's
Okay.
tignan natin direct. Is it Edgar Duay or is it somebody else? Okay.
Ma'am Casola, Ma'am
Si Ma'am
Cora.
Cora. Good evening, Ma'am Cora. Mabuhay ka. Ayan, oo.
Yeah,
Good
always
evening.
welcome.
Yeah. Sige, pakibasa attorney. Yung kanyang message.
Yeah. Yun na nga po. Sorry. So, hello, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, and all. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi po, Ma'am Cora.
Magandang gabi.
Thank you.
Magandang gabi.
Number 3,
Ayan, si Mama. Oo. Ayan. Ito. Uy. Yes.
Si Feli.
Feli Besmonte Verana.
Hi, Feli.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Saan yan? Sa
Good evening.
Paris, France yan. One of my angels. She was one of my very first angels. Anong angel ka ba, Feli? I used to have, like I was telling you before, 4 or 5 angels in my show. And we just would have fun, no? Kwentuhan, tuksuhan. So, Feli, mabuhay ka. Feli Berana. Hello, Sir Sonny. Ayan. Attorney Lira. Hello, Attorney Lira. Ayan, okay. Emmeline Rafael. I don't know where she is now. She's still in Dubai? Abu Dhabi, I should say. Ayan.
Yeah, actually, pabalik ka na siguro, no, Mr. Fel? Yeah, so, good evening po. Happy Thursday din. Yeah, good evening.
Happy Thursday to you.
Sonny.
No? Nasaan na siya?
Happy
Nasa
Thursday.
Abu Dhabi ka pa ba? No? Nasa ka ba? Ayan. Okay. Uy.
Yeah, the Libroho clan, no, with their
Libroho
talented
clan.
daughter. So, yeah, happy cold Thursday po, tama. Elegant, lovely Attorney Lira, and always good-looking pogi, guys. Legendary, romantico DJ ng UK, Sir Sonny and Sir Edgar, and lovely Direct Paula, and all viewers, stay safe. Tama ka, Team Libroho.
Team Libroho,
Kamusta
mabuhay,
po?
no? Si G, at saka si Mia, at saka si Rudy, no? Yung kanilang family. Isa lang ba ang anak niyo, Rudy? Si Mia lang ba? Unika iha? O only one and only child? Ayan, no? Nes Torres. Good evening.
Good evening.
Nes, taga saan ka? Where are you watching us from, no? Ayan, okay. Uy! Si Flor Morante, Flor Morante, mabuhay. Ayan. Pakibasa, attorney. Good
Hi,
evening,
Flor.
sir.
Good evening. Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Good evening po. Kumusta?
Ayan, Ayan. Mabuhay, no? Flor, no? Happy anniversary. Okay, happy. Kay yung sa aking sweetheart, si Sol, no? Happy anniversary. Thank you. Sino to? Okay. Happy anniversary. More happy years to come. Thank you, Flor, no? Mabuhay ka. Mabuhay si Flor. Yung anak niya, naging awardee sa sa Buckingham Palace, attorney. Yung
Wow, talaga?
Si Ben. As a scout. No, they were given an audience with Prince Charles. Sa Buckingham Palace. Well done, no?
Wow.
And then they had, di ko alam kung tea or whatever doon sa garden, no? So, ayan, mabuhay, no? Okay. Sino to? Naline de la Vega Calumba. Good evening to both of us. No? Happy to be watching you here. Saan ka? Where are you watching? No? Okay. Si Emmeline is watching from Abu Dhabi still.
Okay.
Oo, ayan, oo, ayan. Okay, so sige, yan na muna ang ating mga we'll read the later, no? Yung ating ano. But in the meantime, magti-teaser muna tayo. We have a topic yan, health and care worker. Yan ang susunod natin before we go into a break. So, ano to, update? When you say update, ano to, attorney? Yung last mo, and then there were a question recently asking, would you know of any agencies? Would you, ganun yata yung tanong last time sa'yo. Parang, and then, so yeah, is this an update? Okay, you're gonna have, anong update to? Update lang about,
So,
can you give us like an overview lang, mabilis? Before we go
yeah,
into
so
a
ito
break?
po, update on the announcement on the 24th of December, no? So so any more information about the care visa. And I know it's very popular. I've got so many emails about it. So stay tuned po. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots
Ayan.
to come.
Tama. Okay. So, wag ho kayong alas. Now, we're gonna have a short break. And when we come back, ito na hong naka-flash na topic ngayon, yung health and, health worker, health and social and care worker visa update. Tatalakayan. So, pakinggan ho ninyo, hindi lamang maaaring hindi kayo apektado nito at iba ang trabaho ninyo, but you might have some relatives or friends na maaaring maapektuhan o mabiyayaan itong update ni attorney. So, wag ho kayong aalis at kami po ay magbabalik saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay. Balik ho tayo sa ating programa. At ako, very interesting ho to. Tawagan na ho ninyo yung mga kaibigan ninyo. Awayin na ninyo. Sabihin nyo, hoy, manood na kayo ngayon sa, sa Immigration Corner sa Filipino TV Europe. Dahil, who knows, di ba? Kaya, ngayon, I don't know, may isang balita, hindi ko alam from Ariel Lanyada. Tumawag lang sa akin yung ating managing editor ng Yes Philippines News Magazine, no? And naisama yata ngayon Filipino, one of the boxes, no? Kunyari mga Tamil, Indian, mga ganyan-ganyan, no? Kasama ho. Hindi ko alam kung saan yun. I'll have to look for that. Pero that's good news. Somehow we now are Filipino, nakalagay na sa box, no? So tumataas na. Maganda yan. At we've been campaigning for nung panahon ni nung panahon ni Deputy Chief. Teka muna, tawagin ko muna si attorney para balik ko tayo sa programa. Tawagin natin si attorney habang kunikwento ko yung ating Attorney, good evening once again. Ayan, welcome natin si attorney, ang ating immigration expert.
Hi, happy Thursday po. But continue because I want to know this that you have this box. I'm always go on the other.
It's something. Di ba? Back in when during the time of DCM, Deputy Ambassador Ray Katapang, they were having a campaign na doon sa, di ba, every 10 years, di ba? Tama ba? Every 10 years yung tinatawag na census. And then, so we were campaigning, adding na ilagay Filipino Kasi 'di ba, white, male, non-Irish, mga ganun-ganun, 'di ba? May mga categories yan Black, ganyan, Caribbean, parang ganun, mga ethnic ano natin, naisama ang Pilipino, which is good. Hindi ko alam kung sa mga nurses, sa mga workers, but I'll find out. Pero that's good news, no? Para sa atin, sa mga kababayan natin.
Yeah.
So, yung kinakampanya, well, I just mentioned the Deputy Ambassador because we were campaigning, attorney, na maisama yung Filipino doon sa... Kaya pag nag-fill up kami ng in-encourage yung mga kababayan natin na put a square doon and then tick Filipino or something like that para maisama sa census. Kasi it happens every 10 years. So, the last was 2021. The next will be 2031. The next will be 20-something, 41, no? Ganun. Every 10 years yata yan, yung census if I'm not mistaken.
I think tama ka.
Okay. All right. So, ayan. So, attorney, tinawag.
Great news.
Compelled oh yeah, that's good news, no? But I compelled our kababayans, tawagan nyo na yung mga friends ninyo, tell them to watch now so that they will know of the update na ibabahagi mo sa ating mga kababayan. So, ayan. O, sige, attorney, take it away.
Okay. All right. So ito pong topic natin, no? This carries on from about 2 weeks ago, no? Ang topic nga natin, that was the good news, that was the publication of the intention to expand nga, no? The health and care worker visa, no? So ito, pangalawa na po to. So I'm looking to update those of you, especially who are interested. It's been a very popular topic. Since talking about it 2 weeks ago, I'm getting emails, telephone calls, and actually meetings nga, specifically asking about this health and care worker visa. So yung pag-uusapan po natin ngayon. Now, just by way of background muna. So the skilled worker route. So those of you who are not familiar nga, the skilled worker route under which this comes nga, replaced the what's called the tier 2, no? Under the points-based system. That was actually not too long ago. That was on the 1st of December 2020, no? So the tier 2, wala nang tier 2, is now skilled worker route, yung una. Now, before that, actually a few months before that, in reply to the pandemic, really, there's something called the health and care worker visa that was launched nga in August 2020, no? So the health and care worker visa, basically, it allows medical professionals nga to come to the UK, say to work for the NHS or an NHS supplier, or in adult social care. So basically care homes, no? Care homes, shelters, ganon. So kung those people with that kind of skill set get priority treatment for a number of in various ways. So unang-una, the fee is far less. Also, it's faster in the way of dealing with applications. Now, until the last month, actually, until the 24th of December, yung health and care worker visa, the carers, no, support workers, no, for nursing homes nga, care assistants, home carer nga, hindi sila kasama, no, under the health and care worker visa. So basically, they're not considered as part of the shortage occupation list. Ang problema doon, it's partly income, so mas mataas nga ang income, and also just the difficulty of employers nga recruiting people, so bagal nga din. Now, good news po, as those of you who were watching up, 2 weeks ago, is 24th of December. Finally, no, the government said we will expand the health and care worker visa to include carers, no, home support workers nga, support workers generally, okay? So basically, they have expanded it beyond senior care workers. No? Senior care workers, they tend to be more experienced nga. They look for qualifications. You're usually required to be able to, for example, supervise medication, deal with staff. But carers, of course, do not need to be as experienced. No? And I know certainly a number of people who would be extremely interested in getting this type of visa. Now, so yung pong background. And again, within that, what they've said is, well, this is in reply, in response, in the hope nga that they will fill the thousands upon thousands nga of vacancies for carers. Apparently, in the 3 months prior to October last year nga, something like 40,000 people left the profession. 40,000, and so the vacancies have been astronomical, and I know certainly care homes, NHS, they're crying out for people of this skill set. So finally, the government's doing something about it, but they have not yet fully provided the guidance. I'm still waiting. It's now the 20th of January. Sabi nila they will introduce it or they will provide further guidance in January, but I'm still waiting. But there's enough to be going on to be talking about. So let's look at the basic requirements. So if you're looking to nandito kayo, so it's an application you can make in country and certainly an application you can make from abroad. Sabihin natin sa Pinas, pasok nga dito. But there are basic requirements na kailangan yung pakita in order to be able to get a visa under this, and it is that you're over the age of 18, you're qualified in the social care profession, so you will be working for in the approved occupation codes. You will obviously be in the UK to take up that employment. And importante po, you have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer. So basically a job offer. English requirement is also required. At the moment, if yung B1 level, it's equivalent to about IELTS 4. And then you also have the minimum salary, which for this type of job will likely be around 20,480. So those things you need to be able to show. Oh, and by the way, also, dahil kung magagaling nga sa Pinas, you also need the TB certificate. And because you'll be working with vulnerable people, you also need a clearance nga, the criminal record certificate, which I think is provided by the NBI. Now, so those po ang mga basic requirements. If you satisfy those requirements nga, then it's possible that you will be able to come into the UK or swap the visa nga that you have in the United Kingdom to this care work visa. It would be under what's at the moment it is, kung gusto niyo tingnan the immigration website of the Home Office, it's code, so SOC code 6145, senior care workers are under SOC code 6146. Sila, itong carers, it's 6145. Basically, sabi doon, social support workers, carers nga, home support. So all those people with those kinds of skill set, when they eventually get around to including expanding it, will be entitled to apply either in country or out country under that. Now, so yun ang basic background. Common questions, since we started talking about this after the 24th of December. Can you switch? Who can switch or who can't switch? Now, I'll give you the list. Now, you can, so kung nandito na nga kayo, tapos gusto nyo palitan yung visa nyo, you want to be able to work as a carer nga in the United Kingdom, which may be helpful to some, especially kung may nangyari nga and then your visa is about to expire, or sabihin natin your spouse and then the relationship broke down, you want to see about other possibilities. Now, it's probably easier to look at who cannot switch. So, ang lista nga at the moment sa Home Office is this, and this may change again when they finally amend the guidance to specifically include the carriers nga. So, una po, you can't switch if you are a visitor. No? Doesn't matter if you still have a visa as a visitor o tapos na yung visa mo, you cannot switch if you are a visitor. You can't switch also if you're short-term student. No? So you're looking at the few months student visa. You can't also switch if you are the parent of a child student or if you are a seasonal worker. I'm just looking at my list here. You can't also switch, unfortunately, no, if you're a domestic worker in a private household. I've had a lot of inquiry about that. And you cannot also switch if you are on immigration bail. And finally, you cannot switch if you have leave to remain in the UK outside the immigration rules, which is surprising, no? So basically, kung dumating ka dito, sabihin natin, you were regularized because of your because you have a child who has grown up in the United Kingdom, sabihin natin, and yung visa binigay sa'yo, leave to remain outside the normal rules, discretionary basically. At the moment, you can't switch also. No? So those are the, if you like, the 6 categories nga you can't switch from. And it's real pity domestic workers also can't switch when you would think that the skill set they potentially have, no, looking after nga the elderly, looking after the children, they have, I would say, background already, probably to fill, no, to satisfy the care worker. Now, so you can't unfortunately switch if you are in those categories, but otherwise you can. So sabihin natin spouse visa ka ngayon, no? For whatever reason, you can't extend your visa as a spouse, you can switch as a carer under this at the moment, no? If you have the normal student visa at the moment, at least according to them, you can also switch, no? Let's say you are on, you're already on a skilled work visa, sabihin natin, on something else, but you want to switch to carer, you can do that. So anything outside those 6 categories, potentially you can switch. Now, as I say, I'm hoping that we will have more definitive information when the amended guidance come about. Now, the second most common question I get, apart from, can you switch, is kung overstayer ka, can you switch? Now, this inquiry I get from people in the United Kingdom, obviously, and indeed, actually, from outside the UK, kung meron nga silang immigration background dati. No? Now, at the moment, the quick answer, unfortunately, is not. But, so I'll read to you the relevant section. So basically, sabi nga, the guidance at the moment states that the applicant must not be in breach of immigration laws. No? Now, but that's quite, that's actually not as clear as you may think it is, no? So, you must not be in breach of immigration laws. So, obviously, kung overstayer ka nga dito, that clear you're in breach of immigration laws, you can't at the moment apply under this. Now, I'll go back to that because I think that is something that we should do something about, no? Now, also, however, it doesn't necessarily nga apply to those who have left the country. So sabihin natin, naging overstayer ka dito, tapos umuwi ka sa atin. No? So you had immigration background, you made an application was refused, or indeed you appealed even, the appeal was refused, you became, but at some point you were an overstayer, and therefore you were in breach of immigration laws. At the moment, if you look at this, if you were to not really look at the background, you would also be precluded from making an application kung meron kang background, immigration background. But if you look at it a bit more closely, the guidance actually say the applicant must not be in breach of immigration laws. Now, kung umuwi ka sa atin, sabihin natin nasa Pinas ka na nga ngayon, arguably, you're no longer in breach of immigration laws. No? Because of course, umuwi ka na, nandun ka na sa atin. Now, does that mean you are prevented from coming back into the UK, even though you have costs, for example? It's not clear at the moment, no? And I'm hoping that that is one thing that the government, when I've written to them and they've replied to me, will clarify, because I think that that potentially opens up opportunities nga for people na nandito nga balik sa atin, then come back into the United Kingdom, because of course they know how life is in the UK. Could even be that meron na silang mga connection for work, no? So it would be quite it would be a very good opportunity both ways. That you then have, of course, experienced people already making an application, and that's and that's where I'm coming to in relation to support and I think steps that we should now take nga, no? Now, sabi ko nga 2 weeks ago, I'm looking to write to the Home Office. I've started preparing the letter. I haven't sent it yet because I think it would be helped if we can also provide nga letters of support, say from care homes, especially, no, care home shelters, and actually individuals who will say, hopefully nga, that they are in support of people in the United Kingdom, kung walang status dito, who want to apply in country and to work as a carer. I don't know what the last, how many people we're talking about, but I think it would be quite a coup, and also quite forward thinking of the government nga, no, if they're able to take into consideration mga tao nandito na who are experienced, no, who want to remain in the UK and regularize their stay on this basis. So what I would like and I would ask is kung meron kayong makilala na care homes, for example, who would be interested in supporting that, no, I would be very happy to receive, their letters. So with the view to obviously submitting that along with mine. So what I would like to be able to ask, what I'm looking to ask the government is to consider nga, to make an to extend or rather not limit, the care worker visa to only people who have leave to remain in the UK, to allow, if you like, nga, a limited concession, no, to not limit it simply to those people who have leave to remain in the UK, but also to extend it to people nga who do not have leave to remain in the United Kingdom, but who have the relevant experience, no. At the moment, there's the huge, the massive, need for carers nga in the UK, I think requires a thinking out of the box. So I'm hoping it will be looked at with due consideration. We never know, but if you don't ask, you you may not necessarily get. So I think we should ask. So at the moment, if you ask me, batas nga ngayon, would it include overstayers? No, but I'm hoping that it will. So not yet, but tune in. Make sure that you have my details also. Feel free to make contact with me, because this, I think, is a very important issue. Hindi nga lang sa atin, mga kababayan. It is something that I think affects clearly, the UK, because of the need, the massive need for this type of skill set. So I'm hoping, as I say, that the government will expand their horizon, think out of the box and actually include people who have experience. So kind of a limited concession. But don't get me wrong, hindi po to amnesty, ha? I also get those questions. Is there an amnesty? Wala pong amnesty. And I don't think that the government also will introduce an amnesty. But I'm hoping that this is a limited concession that they may be willing to consider. So so do me a favor, Kung meron kayong makilala, care homes nga, they're going to support, give them my details, because I would be very happy to receive their letters of support, because the more, the merrier.
Okay. All right. Attorney, yung sinasabi mo na huli, these are for the overstayers, gano'n? Some people who are medyo, yung sinasabi mo, yung mga overstayers ba yan?
Yeah, I'm hoping. So it basically, at the moment nga, the guidance says, applicant must not be in breach of immigration laws, which obviously covers overstayers, So what I'm looking to do, and I've been nursing this letter now for 2 weeks. I thought I'd wait until I actually have the guidance, but there's no harm in sending it off now. So what I'm hoping that would happen is they will not limit the people who can apply under this, where against say overstayers. At least that's what I'm hoping.
Okay, sorry. Baka nadinig sa on air pagsabi ko doon kay Direk na nadidinig ko yung kanyang audio, no? na ano ako, na-distract ako. Okay, yeah, sorry. I got lost, no? Because na-distract
okay.
ako kay Direk, no? Doon sa kanyang audio. Okay, well, sabi mo, those who can't, no? Because those who can and who can't, no? Ang mga common questions. So, visitor's visa definitely hindi po pwede. That's we want to make it clear na hindi po pwedeng mag-apply yung visitor's visa. Pero, attorney, when we were at alam mo ba yung mga outlets? Have you heard of yung mga outlets, 'di ba? Yung mga where you can buy designer clothes, 'di ba? Meron diyan sa Oxford yung sa tapos meron sa Bicester, yes. Bicester, very good. Tapos diyan sa may Ashford sa Kent, meron din. Sa bandang Cheshire, yung I forgot the name, pero Cheshire. But anyway, we met this couple, bata pa sila. And dumating sila on as a visitor's visa. At that time, I forgot ko how many years ago. Sayang, hindi ko na And then, quite interesting ang kanilang Sometimes when you bump into Filipinos, they tell you quite mga interesting stories how they got to regularize their stays here, no? Yun, tita daw nila, may kakilala sa isang nursing home yata, nagawa na paraan. Pero visitor's visa sila. So they were able to change in-country that time. I don't know if we're talking about, I don't know if this was prior to 2012. No, 2012 is about 10 years ago. So, I don't know if this was before 2012. Visitor's visa sila, attorney. Nagawa ng paraan. Mag-asawa.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, immigration rules have moved on, and not always for the, I would say even mainly not for the good, no. Pero ito, the interesting thing with this type of visa, the carer visa, if we call it that now, is this was introduced in direct response to really crying out from hindi nga lang care homes, but the NHS mismo, no. So there's a massive hole to be filled, thousands of vacancies now for carers, and this is really why it was introduced. So if they take if they accept that you're looking at an unprecedented number of vacancies that need to be filled in the UK, then they also need to consider what additionally can you do, to try and recruit as soon as possible for people to fill those vacancies. And really, yung mga taong nandito na who are working in the black market, it is arguably you already have experienced people who can fill the post immediately from one day to the next. So I'm hoping, as I say, with that the government will think out of the box, because the vacancies, the thousands of vacancies require thinking out of the box. And I think this is a kind of one-off. They need to just consider other alternatives, and that would be to include overstayers, for example, or those people who are here on visit visas, kaya at the moment, or domestic work visas. I think they just need to consider also those possibilities.
Okay, so ito lang yung mga kanina dinidiscuss mo lang. Para lang parang recapping or reiterating, So you who can and who can't, So if here to change visas, you cannot switch. If you're a short-term student, mga parang short courses, duration of less than 6 months, so 6 months to 1 year. When you say short term, what does short term mean?
Yeah, it's it's months rather than years. So there are six categories essentially: visit visa, no? Short-term student nga, so we're looking at months rather than the usual 1 year plus. Parent of child students, no? Seasonal workers, so yung
Teka muna.
the ones who
Punta
deal
tayo
with...
saglit lang. Sorry to cut you there, no? You said parent of student with student visas. Why is it sometimes are there cases wherein the mother or the father or whoever, the parent accompanies the child or who is studying here?
Yeah. So it's fairly common in relation to say very wealthy families, no? So they normally it would be primary school children, no? So those under the age of 11 nga dito sa nag-aaral, and then they come here with mom or dad nga, no? And mom or dad are here essentially to just be with the children, but under this you can't also switch. So parent of child students nga, and of course the next bit is a seasonal worker. So for example, agriculture, no, and domestic work visa holders, which is a bit of pity to say the least, and those on immigration bail, and those who were granted leave to remain outside the immigration rules, which is surprising, frankly. But at the moment, they are also excluded.
Okay, yung isa na yung outside the immigration rules, by virtue of a child who has grown up in the UK, and so by virtue of that, they were given a leave outside the immigration rules. How are they able to work? Because this somehow forces them the opportunity to work as a caterer. Pero at the moment, ang mga those kunyari parent, no, or given a leave outside the immigration rules by virtue of like a child, meron sila nagkaanak sila, nandito sila, yun ang naging reason nila kaya sila nagstay dito. Hindi ba sila, are they not allowed to work?
No, they're allowed to work, and you have to be. So it could be that it's not a good idea even to switch, because of course, kung meron kang visa outside the immigration rules, you're allowed to work. Yung nga lang there, you need to be able to show usually 10 years total, no, before you can get to indefinite leave to remain. Whereas under the care visa, at the moment as it stands, you need to show 5 years. So mas maigsi. Now it also happens. So for example, it's not uncommon where someone's been granted, leave to remain outside the rules, pamilya nga, no? Tapos the mom and dad separate, sabihin natin, no? And so the next time na magpapasok yung application, the dad or the mom is no longer part of the family in that way. So it would have been good if that this option is available to mom or dad, no? Following the separation, but at the moment it would not be.
Okay. All right. Well, ayan. Pero yung mga yung mga spouse visa po pwede. Yung skilled worker, ano skilled worker? Ano ba mga sample? Ano ba skilled worker yung?
Yeah. So if you hear say if you're here say as a nurse, sabihin natin, no? And then for whatever reason you had issues, tapos you want to continue remaining in the UK, if you don't also qualify as senior carer, strictly speaking, ito pwede. It could be that you're here also as again skilled worker on something else, no? Some kind of business type, no? And again, you can't continue with that because the company went under. Again, this is a possibility. No, you can switch to this.
Ayan. Okay. Well, may mga basic requirements, sabi mo, no? Kung in country or outside or from the Philippines, no? For example, over 18 years of age. Kailangan talaga over 18, no? Hindi po pwedeng 17 yan, no? So qualified sa care profession, ano yan?
Yeah, so you need to be qualified nga. So I mean, it's but for this, that's the great thing about this expansion nga. It's not hindi nyo kailangan pakita that you have nursing qualification, for example, o kaya as a senior care worker that you have so many years under your belt. This care work visa, itong panibago nga, is wider than that. No? So someone fairly new in the profession could qualify as a carer. Yung nga lang, it's the work, kailangan nyo ng trabaho. But there's so many institutions, NHS nga included, looking to fill this post. There's massive vacancies. I don't think I've ever actually. This is probably the worst in the way of need, vacancy for this work for decades, really.
Okay, well, pero maganda sweldo dito, more or less, somehow, compared to so to the Philippines, that's 20K, 20,480 specified pa 80, hindi sinabing 20,400, but it's 20,480 naka-specify, minimum. Sabi mo, well, may job offer. Ang English is B1 level yata ang magiging requirement, requisite ano ba? Na level. Pero job offer, so kailangan job offer. But when do you think this is gonna really happen? Is it ongoing now? Is it can we tell like kababayan, yeah, abangan nyo na, yan na, malapit na. But is there when do we know when it's really open?
It will be on the 24th of December, sabi nila, in next month, as in now, January, it will open. Now, of course, now it's the 20th of January, and I'm still waiting. But I suspect it will open very soon. Dahil kailangan nila eh. So I make sure nga, kung interesado kayo nito, tune in, because of course we will always be, I will be more than happy to update nga regularly dito. But if you hear something and you're not sure, email me, and I'm more than happy to confirm kung if it's effective. But at the moment, today, hindi pa po. But it will be, they say, soon. So we're looking at hopefully days rather than weeks.
Oo. Prepare nyo na, yung mga requirements ninyo, maski pa, yung mga NBI clearance ninyo, yung mga, although yung TB certificate would come pagka okay ka na, kung darating ka na, di ba?
Yeah.
So,
huwag nyo muna gawin ngayon. Yeah.
Wag muna. Okay, all right. So, yung mga 6145, 6145 nga ba yan, attorney, o 6445?
Yeah. So, yung code, there are
Yung
list
code,
of jobs nga,
Oo.
The senior care workers, for example, ang code is 6146. So that gives a list of jobs similar to senior care workers. Nga. Ito, carers, the code is under 6145. So if you're interested to look it up on the immigration website, nga, it is SOC, so SOC. So it's basically the code 6145 nandoon. So basically, support workers, home carers nga, carers anyway.
Okay. Attorney, sige. Okay. We'll go to some questions. May mga questions dito,
Sure.
Para ano natin. Sige. Attorney, ito may first question tayo from Oret. Yan.
Alright.
Pakibasa lang. Sige.
Okay. So, hello at magandang gabi po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Tanong ko lang po, kung okay lang pa ba, yung partner ko ay mag-apply ng family visa ko sa UK. As of now, nasa Pinas lang po kasi ako. Kung pwede po, ano po yung mga dapat kong gawin? Ano po mga dokumento na kakailanganin ko? At paano ko may papasa yung mga requirements ko? Wala po kasi kaming idea. Salamat po at more power sa show. So, okay. Alright. So, let's just break it down, So, mag-apply ng family visa sa UK. So, nasa Pinas ka ngayon, pero gusto mong, presumably, you're British, siguro. So, I'm not really, so, yung partner ko, mag-apply ng family visa sorry. Nandito siguro yung partner mo, gusto mong pumasok ba dito? Family visa. So, I'm guessing now, correct me if I'm wrong. So, gusto mo pumasok dito, family visa nga, presumably sa spouse. So, anong kailangan mong gawin? So, kung family visa, ibig sabihin kasal kayo, sabihin natin is a spouse application. So, ang kailangan, so of course, yes is the answer. You can make an application for a spouse. Ang kailangan yung pakita, of course, genuine relationship, meron kang titiran dito, so accommodation, at saka yung income niya, no? Income niya must not be less than 18,600 pounds before tax. Tataas yung kung meron kayong anak, no? So it's an additional 2,000, I think 2,400 or 2,600 on top kung the more children that you have. Documents na kailangan nyo, as I say, income proof, so kailangan niyang kontrata, pay slips, no? Usually for 6 months, and of course, accommodation proof, so tenancy agreement, if you're renting, for example, proof of relationship, so it could be remittances, for example, so those things, no? So they would be, so mangyayari po, you make the application muna, that's made online, and then you upload the documents that you need to submit, no? And at the same, and also then book your BRP. Kung nasa Pinas ka nga, you book the BRP, bibigyan ka ng appointment, no? And so you go there and you basically, you hand in your passport, and they will also take a photo of you at saka yung fingerprints. And of course, you need to pay the fee, no, when you submit nga the application. So, but there are quite a few requirements that you would need. So, alright, kung gusto mong yung lista nga, I'm assuming I'm correct, that it's a spouse visa, email me and I'll email you the list.
Attorney, you were qualifying it as spouse. Paano kung partner? Parang in-specify. Hindi ko alam kung ang understanding ng mga Pinoy sa Pilipinas na partner nila yung spouse nila. What if kung partner lang talaga? Yung parang partner lang talaga. Is there a way of yun nga, dito papasok ba sa family visa sa UK? Pwede bang i-apply nung I don't know, alright ba, babae ba to? Basta yung Brito na yung parang principal bale. Pwede bang i-apply nun dito? Family. Meron pa palang family visa? Hindi ba as a European EEC yan, yung mga EEA family members yan? O pwede rin ang UK na mag-family visa? Ano ba family visa? I mean, spouse, di ba?
Yeah. Yeah, so family can be quite wide, you know. Family can be I'm assuming the spouse. Partner. So, yung question mo nga, hindi nga sila kasal, sabihin natin, partner, no? As long as you can show that you've been in a relationship akin to marriage, yung tawag nga nila, a minimum of 2 years, yes, absolutely. You can be the partner route, yeah? So they can, it was really introduced to deal with, at the time, same-sex relationships, because at the time, you were not able to enter into civil partnership or marry in the United Kingdom, for example. So kung nandun kayo sa Pinas, of course, well, not of course, but it is the case that you can't marry nga in the Philippines. So if it's a same-sex relationship. So kung nagsama kayo, yeah, absolutely, tama ka. You can come in under the partner route, so basically unmarried. But that also applies to heterosexual relationship.
Meron ka mga advice nung I don't know kung last week natin topic or 2 weeks ago, may mga strategies For example, if not deny or was refused, it's best not to appeal or to di ba? It's best to have a new one which is quicker yata, parang gano'n, di ba? Kung merong ang kulang lang yung kunyari, sweldo, hindi na ilagay doon yung 18,600 na i-prove. So rather than appealing on that and putting that as an evidence, yung nakaligtaan na kunyari proof na gano'n ang sweldo no, nakapasok doon sa requirement, i-apply na lang na panibago. That's a better strategy. In this itong case ni Oret, would it not be quicker if the guy or the girl or whoever what the case is maybe took him or her as a fiancé na lang rather than going through this family sinasabi niya? Mag-fiancé visa, punta rito, pakasalan within a certain time period, di ba? Merong required yan, di ba? Gaano katagal ba requirement? Within 6 months? Ganun? They have to get married?
So no, it's also a possibility. Six. Well, it's the problem at the moment is really just admin, no? So mas mabagal nga sila at the moment just because they're just incredibly busy. They have a backlog nga owing mainly due to the pandemic nga. But kung ang balak nga magpapakasal sila, sabihin natin, nagsama sila dati o nagsasama nga ngayon, want to come into the United Kingdom to marry in the UK, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference from an admin point of view. But if you are, kung kulang yung mga ebidensya nyo to show that you actually have been living together, no? The 2 years required, kung kulang yun, pero hindi nga gusto mo magpakasal dito, sabihin natin same-sex relationship, gusto mo magpakasal sa UK, then it may be actually better tactically, Sonny, to come into the UK as a fiancé. No? Pagka nandito na, enter into a marriage here or civil partnership.
Okay. Yeah. So, ayan, mga, at least mga options ng mga ano. Okay. Meron tayong tanong dito from Nes Torres, attorney. Pakibasa nga lang. I don't know kung mababasa mo yan. Direct, pakibigay mo nga sa akin yung malaking ano para basahin ko sa baba. Can you read it?
Just about. So, galing po to kay Nes Torres.
Nes Torres, yeah.
Hello po. Good evening po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Medyo mahaba pong tanong ko.
Katanungan
ko. Sorry po. Yan. Excuse me. Andito po ako sa UK. 1 year na po. May asawa akong Briton. May 2 anak po ako sa Pinas. And like, yes, Pinas. Excuse me. And like po sanang malaman kung saan ba kami makakamura ng husband ko kung mag-apply ako ng dependent visa. Yung 2 anak ko po, magkasama naman sila dito sa UK.
Para makasama naman sila dito sa UK.
Makasama.
O
i-a-adopt ko?
I-a-adopt ba ng hubby ko yung 2 anak ko?
Oo.
Na mas makakamura ba kung i-adopt? Magkano ba po yung estimate na gastos at gaano katagal? Sa dependent visa po ba, kapag nakuha namin sila this year, kapag nag-renew po ba ako ng visa ko sa February 2024, kasabay ko din po ba silang, hindi ko makita, naputol na direct.
Sila magre-renew. Sorry po, daming tanong. Maraming salamat. Keep safe everyone. Nes. Okay, so let's break it down, no?
Okay.
So, nandito ka, spouse visa ka, 1 year ka nga dito. 2 anak mo sa Pinas, I'm assuming under the age of 18. Gusto mo silang kunin dito, so masama mo nga sila dito, and your husband, of course, in the UK. Unang-una po, yung sabi mo dito, do you need to adopt, does he need to adopt the children? No, he does not need to adopt the children. Not at all, no? As long as mapapakita mo, anak mo nga sila, and you have, and that he's effectively taken responsibility for them, no? So they would be part of the household. And ikaw nga bahala sa kanila. Ewan kung nung nangyari dun sa tatay nila, sa atin, kung wala pakialam yung tatay nila, o patay na, so you can't make contact nga with him. So you can bring your children into the United Kingdom. Kahit hindi sila anak biologically nung asawa mo. You don't need to go through he does not need to go through adoption, no? He just, because they are your children, so they will be coming in to the United Kingdom on the basis of that anak mo sila, and by the same token, they're his stepchildren, no? So yun ang una. Now, pangalawa, pag magre-renew ka, do they need to be included? Yes. So, ang visa bibigay sa kanila, katugma ng visa mo. So, kung matatapos ang visa mo February 2024, their visa will also be until February 2024, no more than that. So, pagka nandito na sila, magpapasok ka ng application, kasama na sila. Now, I'm assuming that 1 year ka nga lang dito, so you're on the first probation period, no, the 2.5 years. So, ang visa bibigay din sa kanila hanggang February 2024. Pagka magpapasok ka na ng indefinite leave in due course, after another 2.5 years, kasama din sila. So, they will always be included with your application, no? So that it's effectively you are packaged. So the quick answer is absolutely you can. You don't have to go through this adoption because they would be his stepchildren.
Ang marami akong mga friends, attorney, kakilala, na yung mga apelyido nila, yung apelyido nung asawa ng nanay nila, yung stepfather na nila, no? Marami, kasi napakarami. Yung aking kumare lang, si Marites, no? Yung kanyang mga kids from children from the previous husband. Ngayon lahat ng apelyido ng mga anak niya, apelyido ng asawa niya ngayon, no? Meron akong mga kaibigan, mga ganun din, no? Paano ba yung ano yan? So ito, hindi na kailangan i-adapt, no? Wala nang adapt pa. Paano ba ginagawa yan? Paano yung sistema na yan? Hindi ko natanong kasi itong mga kaibigan ko, yung mga kumare ko, yung mga kaibigan ko, paano nilang ginawa. Pero ang apelyido nila, yung apelyido ng asawa ng nanay nila ngayon. No? So eventually, nung kinuha sila, yun ang apelyido nila ngayon. Paano ba yan? How do they become, kunyari, ang napangasawa nung itong si, itong si Habi ni is, let's just say, ano ba mga common surname na mga Briton? Smith na lang, Smith.
Smith.
So, Smith yung asawa ni, kunyari lang, itong kausap, ano ba pangalan? Si Ness. Tapos, yung anak niya, paano magiging Smith yung anak niya ngayon?
Okay. So, ito. So, unang-una, kung ano man ang apelyido ngayon, you can't just change it, no? Dahil nga, ang ayaw mong mangyari, di iba yung birth certificate to the passport. Pero pagka nandito na yung bata, no? It could be, and again, this is more an issue nga for the Philippine Embassy. But certainly, pagka nagpapasok na sila ng British passport, sabihin natin dito, no? And they want to change their surname, you can do that by way of what's called statutory declaration, change of name deed, which is not a very complex document, but it is a special document, deed. So basically, sasabihin nyo doon na you're relinquishing your name of Kabatbat, no, in favor of the name of Smith from here on behalf of your child. So yung nanay o yung tatay, pwede nilang gawin yung para sa bata. And yung bata, pagka magpapasok na siya ng passport application, sabihin natin British passport nga, ang bibigay na sa kanya is Smith, no? So so that's how it usually happens. But just be careful, as I say, I've also come across cases where pinalitan nga nila, no, quite properly by way of statutory declaration. But hindi nila mapalitan nga yung passport. The Filipino passport holder pa rin yung bata, no? Then you have a problem because iba nga yung passport niya, pero iba yung legal name niya sa UK. And so, kailangan yung dalawang yung magkatugma. So, it may be an idea to wait until they're actually going to apply for British passport. Because at that point, pasok nyo yung, bigay nyo yung statutory declaration.
So okay lang. Yun lang ang problema lang. So, i-tsempo mo lang, pag malapit na mag-British, para nang sa ganun, yun na talaga ang pangalan. Kasi kung at the moment, kung Filipino passport pa rin, and nagkaroon ng statutory change, nagkakaroon ng problema. Yun ang sinasabi mo, di ba, attorney?
Yeah, dahil hindi magkatugma, no?
Hindi magkatugma.
Yung your legal name, yung legal name, sabihin natin sa eskwela, no? Smith ka sa eskwela. Tapos, my passport would say Kabatbat, no?
Okay.
And that can cause an issue.
Sino gumagawa niya? Is it somebody like you, solicitor, immigration solicitor? Kayo ba ang gumagawa niya statutory? You can do that as a service dun sa mga clients, no?
Yeah. You can, solicitors, I mean, it's something I regularly prepare. Statutory declaration, change of name deed.
Change of name. Okay.
Yung pangalan ni change of name deed. So, yun. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Kung under 18, kailangan yung guardian nga niya, so, normally, ibig sabihin, nanay o tatay dito. Kung over 18, then they would have to do it on their own accord, a statutory, again, a declaration, change of name deed. But they would have to swear the document themselves.
So hindi na kailangang papirmahan pa doon kay Mr. Smith, halimbawa, na I am allowing I am really to use my surname or whatever. Wala nang ganon. Sabi mo, pag below 18, may kung sino yung guardian. Pero over 18, siya na. Pero kailangan pa ba ni Mr. Smith? Signature or any whatever it is, Kailangan pa ba si Mr. Smith?
Look, no, it's under the Children Act there. You can't just simply not change kung nandito. Sabihin natin nandito yung both parents nandito sila. You can't simply just change a child's name without reference to the other parent nga, no? Pero kung sabihin natin namatay na yung tatay sa atin, nasa Pinas nga, no? O kaya wala na siyang pakialam, no? And the mother and the child or children are in the UK, then they can do it. nga. But yeah, so most of the time where it often happens nga is wala na yung tatay o mainly yung tatay, no? Wala yung tatay o nanay sa Pinas because they passed away and they want to have the same surnames, no? They all want to be known Smith, for example. That's,
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. May nagpapasalamat yata. Si Ness is thanking us for answering her query, no? Pero ang tanong niya kung saan
Pleasure.
makakamura, no? Makakamura. Yung tanong is presyo ba? Paano, no? Ganun,
makakamura. Actually, no, tama ka, Sonny. I missed that out. There's no such thing na makakamura, Ness, no? The home office fee is the home office fee. There's no, in very, very rare circumstances, no? You can apply for what's called a fee waiver. So, if you're destitute in the United Kingdom, you want to apply for an extension or you're subject to domestic violence. Pero kung magpapasok ng application para sa mga bata papasok dito, there's no discount really. The home office fee is the home office fee.
Okay, we have just a few more minutes before the end of the program. Pasok natin tong may second question tayo rito, attorney, no? Ayan. Ayan. Pakibasa.
Galing kay Jed. Magandang gabi po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. My wife and I both hold Philippine passports on Tier 2 visas. Okay, so yung Tier 2, just for those, it's now called skilled worker, no? We recently got married last December 2021. My question is, paano po yung process to change my wife's last name to my last name? We got an appointment at Philippine Embassy this February to report our marriage, kung maaari po. Gusto po nga lang namin i-arrange yung change name habang nasa London kami. Parisan lang, okay, ang lakad. Dahil malayo po kami sa London. Ano pong requirements kung sakali? Thank you
May
po.
idea ka ba
Jen.
rito? May idea ka ba rito?
Well, actually, yeah, no, as I understand it, and I would be corrected, I'm sure, by representatives from the Philippine Embassy. So I don't think it's an issue, no, to pagkakasal na nga kayo, you report it, and I think it's then not an issue to get a Philippine passport para kay Mrs. with your last name. Now, yung nga lang, when you make an application to extend your visa, for example, or it could even be that you don't need to extend nga your visa, you need to make sure nga din that it's the same, of course, papalitan nga din nila yung pangalan. Otherwise, you have a visa.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a visa,
Visa,
that is you have the card, no, that says one name and then passport niya iba na. Jed, to be frank, I think yung situation mo, it may just be better. It depends really when you can apply for indefinite na nga, or indeed British passport in due course. It may just be better to just stick with your wife to stick with her name, because otherwise you will find yung visa mo o yung visa niya, no, it was granted under Smith, for example, pero ang passport nga niya under Jed. You may have issues, coming into the UK. So it's probably frankly cheaper and just easier just to keep the name for the moment. Pagka magpasok na kayo ng sabihin natin indefinite leave to remain, which is a more, of course, permanent thing, or indeed British passport, then I would say take the opportunity and change it. But for the moment where it may not matter so much, papalitan nyo naman no? Because I hope in due course you would get indefinite leave to remain and then British passport later on. You may just want to delay that just from the issue of costs.
So tactically yan, parang tactically, it's best to tell, mag-asawa na rin naman kayo and siyempre, ipapalitan na naman din yung apelyido. At the moment, to avoid any complications dun sa visa kasi nung ginawa yung visa when it was granted dun sa pangalan ng misis niya ngayon. Maaring siguro sila, they fell in love dito siguro, baka sabay sila as workers, yung mga, di ba minsan nagsabay sila as nurses dumating dito, whatever, no? And then nagka-inlaban, siyempre, di ba, normally kasi pinapalitan ng apelyido ng lalaki, sinusunod ng babae ang apelyido ng lalaki, no? So siguro yan ang situation nila ngayon, no? Baka ganyan.
Yeah, you can change it. May paraan naman, no? It's not terribly complex, frankly. You can of course, change the passport, and you can of course change nga yung BRP niya. You can apply for a new BRP with the married name. All that is doable. It's really a question of, do you want to bother? no? Especially if you would both be entitled to indefinite leave to remain sooner rather than later. Ang payo ko, if you're going to get to the indefinite leave to remain anyway sooner, change the passport then, because then you have it more long term, no? So kung matatapos mo, if you're looking to make the application in 12 months time, you may not want to bear the cost tactically, for the next 12 months. So I don't know kung gusto niyo maabala pa.
Oh, okay. Parang sinasabi, para isahan lang gastos, ganun?
Yun na nga. Yeah.
Isahan lang. Okay. Well, thank you, Jed. Thanks for that question. Okay, meron pa tayong mga pagbati ng konti at direct bago tayo magpaalam. So yun ang ating last question muna sa ating for the evening. Ness, thank you very much, no? Sino ba itong mga ito? Okay, health worker, sino yan? Si Robina Banghari, ano ba yung pangalan nun? Robina Banghari needs Bauer watch this ate. Ayun, Robina. Talaga. Kita mo, attorney, we were making some calling on them to tell friends, no? Ayan, so health and care worker visa update. Okay, yan. Sino to? Si May Tigbao. Ano sinasabi ni May? Hello and good evening po sa lahat. Watching from Exeter, Devon. Happy Thursday. Bilis no, hindi ko makibasa. Happy Thursday. Asan na ba si May Tigbao? Hindi ko mabasa yan. Asan na ba yan? Ayan. Teka muna, asan na ba yan? Ayan. Good evening po, Devon. Happy Thursday. God bless. Ayan. Okay, God bless. Okay. And then, isa to, Annalyn Malyare. Good evening po. Attorney Lira, hindi Lara, no? Ako si Sunny Lara. Lira siguro, nag-ano lang, typo lang. Watching from Tunbridge Wells. Ayan. Saan ba Tunbridge?
Lovely
Sussex
place.
ba yan or Kent?
Kent, I think. Tunbridge Wells.
Tunbridge Wells, okay.
It's Sussex ba? No, I think it's Kent, no?
Oo, kasi may East
no,
Sussex,
it's
may West Sussex. Hindi ko alam, may Tunbridge, may Tonbridge. Oo. Okay, asan na yan?
Si Grace.
Okay na, direct. Okay na yan. Sanchez Grace, hello po. Good evening everyone from Lisbon, Portugal. Mabuhay kayo. Mabuhay yung mga taga-Portugal, no? So, ayan, mabuhay. Okay, well, I guess we had a wonderful evening, no? Sana'y marami kayong natutunan dito. So, attorney, baka meron ka pang naisadagdag. Baka biglang, nag-flash sa mind mo, nakalimutan kong idagdag doon sa mga, baka 7 yung who can't change, no? 7. Pero, or mga shout-outs or anything, no? Go ahead, at tayo nagpapaalam na, attorney. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so ito po, just to repeat really yung request ko nga. So if you're looking to, kung meron kayong mga kilala, or indeed if you're watching and you part of a care home nga, no, and you are in support of asking the government to not limit this type of visa nga to those people who don't have leave to remain in the UK. So kind of introduce nga a limited concession. Take down my details, no? Give me a shout, yeah? Because I would be very interested to hear from you so we tackle it, no? Unitedly, huh? So, ang email ko po, kabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Telephone number ko, 0203-370-555. Pero pwede nyo lagay sa subject nga, Immigration Corner. So I'd be very interested because I think this is it's obviously an important issue, judging especially from the feedbacks that I get, and it would be great if we can if we can ask the government, no, to look at this a bit more out of the box, no? So please, help us out to help us to help you, but tune in. So this is the only way nga you can keep up to date. Ayan,
Okay, okay. May message dito. Si, Mayan, ano pangalan yan? Mayan Yepes Pingol Loton. Hello po, good evening, watching from Stoke-on-Trent po, UK. Good. We're having, nakakatuwa, no? At least yung mga ibang mga silent listeners natin are coming out, no? So thank you very much. Well, tama yan, no? Ayan, sana ay naging makabuluhan itong evening ho natin, itong gabi natin. At marami ho kayong natutunan doon sa tinalakay ni attorney. Lalong-lalo na yan. It's a very nice opportunity para ho sa ating mga kababayan na makapagtrabaho, makarating ho rito, no? So, kumbaga, watch this space. O kaya, abangan ho ninyo. Watch out for news or updates lalo na kung pag sinabing go na, no? Open na, yung kumbaga yung floodgates o yung gates to the UK are open na, kailangan makapasok na ho kayo. At mabuti ho, lalo tayong lumaki, no? Attorney, would you have an idea, when did you start practicing tong immigration as an immigration specialist or lawyer? 15 years, 20 years?
Oh no, sir. Lagpas na. I would say I'm probably on my 25th year,
Okay,
could even be
25th.
more.
Oo nga, oo. Dito, fifth dito kasi fifth, no? Sa ating fifth, no? Okay, 25th o 25th year. Nung 25 years ago, wala pang masyadong Pilipino? Hindi ganun
Oh
karami?
yeah, no. Absolutely, no. I mean, I think, there are not so many of us, nga, no. Also, I think I was probably, it's a kind of a maybe even just second generation, no, Filipino. Because before that, of course, we started really 70s, di ba? No, but even then, not so many. Tapos lumaki ng lumaki. So yeah, it's there are many more of us now, and I think we're quite. I don't know whether we're second or even third in the number of minorities in the United Kingdom.
After the Indians?
So I think so. I was
Oh,
reading
which is
somewhere
good.
that may be the case, no?
Sana over 300,000 tayo according to the embassy nung mga nakalaas na mga pronouncements nila before, no? Well, I hope dumami 500,000, 1 million that would be good, no? At least nandito tayo, no? Na yung mga Filipinos. We have mga successful Filipinos. There's Bia Badub. She's a young singer, Bia Badubi. Hindi nyo alam, Pinay yun. Marami tayong asawa nung sino ba yung Jason, I forgot the chef, no? Filipina from Cebu yung asawa, no? Marami tayong mga Filipinos who have achieved something, no? Yung mga awardees ng sa Queen yata, 2 Pilipino yon, they share the award, no?
Yeah.
Meron tayong mga Pilipino na nagiging OB ba? CBE, MBE? Ano ba? Di ko lang kung ano
Absolutely.
highest doon sa OBE, MBE, CBE, no? But anyway, awarded yung mga Pilipino. So, sana, no? We had some singers in the mga Britain's Got Talent or mga ganun, di ba? Na mga, I don't know if you've heard of these 4 young girls who were
Yes.
Fourth Impact, no? O, di ba? And talagang we were all
galing nila.
gaga over these people, this band. Siyempre, proud tayo, Pinoy, no? Nasa finals. So, ayan, and hopefully, many more, no? Na mga Pilipino at mapasok natin dito, di ba? So, ayan.
Yeah.
Di ba? Nakaka-proud. So, baka by way of the
Absolutely.
caterer, o caterer route, mamaya yung anak nun, nagka-anak, apo nun, o di mamaya in the future, who knows? Baka naging prime minister dito sa United Kingdom. Who knows? Di ba?
Absolutely, yeah. No reason why not, no?
Why not,
Talaga,
di ba?
no
Oo.
reason why not.
It all happened because they listened to the program and heard Attorney Lira SIMON-CABATBAT talk about the update on caterers. Well, di ba? Who knows? Ganun. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Nako, it's Thursday. Thursday na ho ngayon. Bukas, Friday. So it's gonna be, we're headed towards a weekend. So sana'y kayo ho'y laging magpapakabuti ho, magpakabait at sumunod sa sa mga itong ating mga health protocols. Although starting Thursday of next week yata, wala nang mask sa eskwelahan. I don't know if you've heard about it. So
Yeah, ata.
lumuluwag na pero nag-worry naman ang NHS dahil baka naman biglang tumaas, magkaroon ng spike ng ng mga infection. So ingat lang ho tayo. So I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. We'll see you again on Thursday. So thank you very much for watching us. Maraming salamat sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay dito sa ating palatuntunan, no? Dito sa programa namin ni Attorney Lira SIMON-CABATBAT, ang Immigration Corner. So let's do it again. So sa ngalan ni next week, no? So sa ngalan ni Attorney Lira SIMON-CABATBAT, ng ating direktor si Paula Perez. Now, ito po si Sonny LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. Kita-kita ulit tayo next Thursday. So till then, take care, God bless, and good night. Bye!
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.